As we all know, we are living in a very expensive time. And compared to other, industries, the gaming industry is becoming stingy. Well, today, we are actually watching 17 greediest things in gaming. Now, I don't know if you guys know, but your boy does a lot of gaming when I'm not streaming. You know what I'm saying? But it do piss me off how, it gets expensive. And that's why I stopped pre-ordering games. My first experience was, like, pre-ordering anything was Battlefield 2077. Yeah. After that, outside of Spider-Man 2, I didn't pre-order anything. For me, I just feel like it's bad luck. But yeah, let's go straight into it.
From Call of Duty charging money for a red dot site to a character with a $100,000 price tag, these are the greediest things found in video games. And we'll start with Fallout 76, considered to be one of the worst game launches of all time.
Yep,
aside from countless bugs and server issues, Bethesda added the shadiest microtransactions despite the game already costing $60. The Atomic Shop let you buy emotes and skins for extra money, which nearly caused the game's fan base to riot. Tons of items had fake prices, pretending to be 50 or 30%.
Was there skins in the old Fallout? Because I know I played Fallout 4 for like a little minute, and then I just couldn't get into it because there was no story for it. But I don't know if you had to buy skins for it. I played it off PS Plus, so I don't really know what costed money or not, you know what I'm saying?
But it got even worse, because pay-to-win items could also be found here, like the Repair Kit. To make things even more shady, the Power Armor edition of the game cost $200, which included a helmet and a high-quality duffel bag. But
Wait, was the Power Armor not in the game? Or was it in the game, but you can buy it and, have it already from the start? Because at that point, it sounds like Roblox. You know those games you hop on and you just like, oh, you want to be able to instantly kill everybody? Here, you got to buy it for Roblox. This is what it feels like.
The bag was a cheap knockoff. So to apologize, Bethesda slapped players in the face with $5 of in-game currency, which
$5? Are we serious? $5? That's not going to do shit. Yo, that can afford you a sub to my Twitch, by the way. If you guys haven't yet, make sure you subscribe on YouTube and follow me on Twitch.
And that's not even half as bad as what EA did to Battlefront.
Wait, what? I've been playing Battlefront 2 because of the whole Battlefront 3. So I haven't bought anything on that. I just play off what it, what I'm saying. I don't really use the skins in the game.
It was one of the most highly anticipated games, improving on everything from the first Battlefront, except EA ruined it before it even came out. It was revealed that the game had loot boxes and a ton of microtransactions that made the multiplayer.
I always played Battlefront 2. Wait, let's play Battlefront 2 tonight. Bae, I'm down. Because I've always seen Battlefront 2, but I've never heard of Battlefront 1. Like, this was Battlefront deadass? This was Battlefront 1? It looks the same to me. Also, shout out to Jack Frags. That's where I'm getting the gameplay.
Completely unfair. EA had turned the game into pay to win. If you wanted your favorite characters like Darth Vader or Yoda, you either had to grind for dozens of hours or simply swipe your credit card. The backlash was so powerful that Disney actually had to step in and force EA to get rid of the microtransactions. EA originally made them cheaper, and just before release, they straight up deleted them from the game. The controversy was so big it caused dozens of countries to make loot boxes illegal. And even though that was a huge—
Wait, I wonder if that's why we switched to a more battle pass things. Or was it just because Fortnite popularized it? Huh, who knows?
It was nothing compared to EA's shadiest decision of all time.
EA?
With UFC 4, the game originally looked great. It was received well by players, and review scores were pretty high. It was released as a fully fledged $60 game, and everything seemed to be going well, but secretly EA was waiting for the hype to die down before they pulled off one of the greediest decisions in gaming. After an entire month had passed, EA updated UFC 4 with ads. Despite the game still costing $60, EA really thought they could give people real ads in the middle of a match and nobody would notice. And so another company that's been called out recently is Rockstar. Last year they released the GTA
the GTA Trilogy
Edition, and it was—
I remember this. Everybody was hyped for it because they wanted to play the OG games. I mean, heck, I grew up with San Andreas, even though I shouldn't be saying I grew up with it, because we all know that game was for, adult. Either way, I grew up with that game, and when I found out the game was so buggy, I was like, it was Rockstar, so I was like, okay, maybe this is to help with the anticipation of GTA 6, so, I'm gonna cut us some slack, you know what I'm saying? Maybe they just wanted to keep the hype for GTA 6, because, mind you, when they released this, GTA 6 was still a speculation. But now that GTA has released, and you know, now that we know how exactly the trilogy was, I can't defend Rockstar anymore. You know what I'm saying? Rockstar, at this point, if you want me to keep defending you, you gotta send me GTA for free. You know what I'm saying?
The trailers made it look phenomenal. They were developed on Unreal Engine, had insane graphics, and seemed like a love letter to the fans. But when it released, everything was exposed as a lie. The game was a buggy mess and had the exact same issues the originals had over 20 years ago. It showed how lazy the developers actually were. And
okay, for that, yes, they were lazy, but at the same time, I feel like what they were trying to do is trying to replicate the exact glitches, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like that's what made games fun.
Expose Rockstar for rushing it out to make money. But did you know that Blizzard charges $100,000 to max out a single character?
What? Oh, hell no. See, I knew some shit was up with Blizzard. Ever since I played Overwatch 2, I knew it. I knew something was up.
Yes, in Diablo Immortal, you can spend real money to level up your characters. One player took this to the absolute extreme and spent thousands on his account. You gotta...
GG's, bro. I'm not gonna lie, you gotta put that motherfucker up.
Barbarian to max level, but it costs 6 figures to do so. And this wasn't even the greediest part, because he can barely play the game anymore. With his character being so overpowered, the game wouldn't matchmake him with any other players. So he spent all that money for nothing. And so it gets even more ridiculous, because in 2018, Metal Gear made you pay for extra save slots. I'm not kidding. Konami released a spinoff called Metal Gear Survive, and it was a $40 survival game that was full of microtransactions. But the developers were so shady that they actually put extra saves behind a paywall. Yeah, if you want to start a new game or just make a character for a friend, it would cost $10. But the culling was 100 times worse.
I'm not gonna lie, I heard a lot of good things about Metal Gear Solid. I tried to get into it. You know, I watched the videos of storyline recap. I just couldn't get into it, man. It was too confusing. But that's crazy. You gotta pay in order to have more storage? Yo, that's like me buying out 2 terabyte storage for my PS4 when I used to play on that. Like, come on, dude.
This was an OG battle royale that was pretty popular in 2016. But thanks to the success of games like PUBG and Fortnite, the developers of the culling decided to re-release it in 2020, except when it came back, the game cost $6. Not the most expensive until you realize that buying the game didn't actually mean you could play it. Instead, you were only allowed 1 match per day. And if you wanted to play more than that, you had to buy matches with real money. You could buy
hell no. Imagine that's how Fortnite was for us. Dude, I don't know why developers think this is gonna work. I don't get it. Why they do that
10 or 20 matches, and it will cost up to $5 to top up your tokens, depending on how many you wanted. The developers made it expensive on purpose, so that you would look at their online pass and think it's a bargain in comparison. Either way, players are being ripped off. One of the most famous controversies out there is when Bethesda practically invented microtransactions. In 2006, with the success of Oblivion, they released a pack named the Horse Armor DLC. This was a time in gaming when DLC actually meant extra content, so for Bethesda to charge almost $3 for Horse Armor, it didn't go well. The biggest problem was that Oblivion is a completely single-player game, and the Horse Armor didn't actually do anything other than look good. It was a paid cosmetic that nobody would see except you, and became famous because of just how greedy this was. The scariest part is that it didn't matter. The Horse Armor DLC was one of the best-selling packs on the Xbox Marketplace, and it started the microtransaction trend that we all know.
Oh my god. We have NetEase? Wait, isn't that the company that's making Marvel Rivals? NetEase? And then we got Activision Blizzard, followed by Overwatch. EA, followed by sports games, because that's what I know. I'm going off of what I know for these companies. Nexon, I don't know Nexon. Epic Games, I know of Fortnite. Riot Games. Who did Riot Games make? Did they make... No, that was Blizzard, the ones that made World of Warcraft. I don't know what Riot Games... Oh, no, Riot Games is Valorant now. Take-Two. Isn't Take-Two Rockstar? Or something like that? Newack. I don't know what Newack, but right here it says Pokemon, so I'm gonna go with Pokemon. Ubisoft used to be good, you know what I'm saying?
Let me tell you, this gets even dumber, because Mortal Kombat once charged players real money to press a button. The series is known for fatalities and finishing your opponent in gruesome ways. It's also pretty simple to do this, because you just gotta press pause, and the fatality combo is right there. But with Mortal Kombat X, the developers wanted to make money in
X? This is the one I bought. This is the one I liked. Isn't this the one with Jason?
the easiest way possible. So they made up one of the most ridiculous microtransactions in gaming history. You can pay $1 for easy fatalities, which will make the combos simpler. And I might have mentioned that it was $1, but you should probably know it only gave you 5 fatalities. That means if you wanted 30 easy fatalities, it costs $5. That is real money to do a combo.
That's so shitty. Why would you even implement that in the game? And who would buy that? If you gotta buy easy fatalities on Mortal Kombat, don't pick up the game. The whole point is so you get shitted on, or you're either goated at it, you know what I'm saying? Don't pick up the game. Coming from a guy who barely plays any like Mortal Kombat games. Actually, I don't even think I played any Mortal Kombat outside of Mortal Kombat versus Justice League. I was trash, but at least I'm not about to spend money on easy fatalities. What the hell? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, shameless. But that's not as unsatisfying as the time that Dead Rising 4 put the actual ending behind a paywall. The game already had a fully fledged story, but never actually finished the narrative. The ending was just a cliffhanger, basically a slap in the face to anyone who cared about the story. That's when the developers announced an update after release that would continue the story and actually give players some closure, except it wasn't a free update or a spin-off game. It was a paid DLC pack.
Do y'all remember when we used to get DLCs for free? Like if you bought a game, you got the DLC for free? I miss so many stuff, man, that we used to get when we would buy games and just play them. Like deadass, I still have my actually yeah, hold on. I still have my PS2 games. They're like all dusted, but I still got GTA 1, GTA 2, GTA 3. Then I got my Nintendo Switch games and my PS4 games. I think I even hanged up the GTA map, the GTA 5 map on my wall at one point. But I don't know what happened to it. I think I ripped it on accident.
But you had to complete in 90 minutes, and if you didn't do all the challenges correctly, you wouldn't even get the best ending. Now, I'll admit, I don't think it would be considered as greedy as the time that Call of Duty charged players for a red dot site. There's not even an explanation for this one. They literally put a red dot site in Black Ops 4 and charged $1 for it. It was almost identical to the site that was already...
Is this Black Ops 4? Because if it's Black Ops 4, there's a reason why I've never heard of this one. Because nobody plays Black Ops 4. Weren't they also controversial for trying to make the Battle Royale aspect that would cost money? I wonder where that is. What was it called? Blackout? Dude, that's a long time ago.
You'd think that Activision would have learned, considering that Black Ops 2 was also called out for being shady. In that game, Treyarch got everyone excited with brand new weapons and items, except you could only get them in loot boxes, which were hard enough to earn through normal gameplay. So not only were they locked behind a paywall, but you couldn't even buy the weapon you wanted. You had to gamble for it, and the odds of you earning one was like 0.8%. I'm serious. Speaking of gambling, NBA 2K20 took things to a different level. Despite already charging you for cosmetics, upgrading players, and opening packs, 2K decided it wasn't enough.
I remember this a while back. Didn't they also implement where you can work a job in 2K?
In a game that is literally rated E for everyone, NBA 2K20 had a virtual casino that you could gamble your currency on. This is like if Fortnite suddenly decided to put slot machines in the game and let you gamble your V-Bucks. That's how messed up this was. Now, technically, you could argue that loot boxes, packs, and other items have always been disguised as slot machines, but this was quite literally a casino. I mean, come on.
Yo, gang, at that point, it's like they don't even try to hide it. No, but like, dead ass, like, why was the loot boxes meta? Did Overwatch like make it popular, or like why was everybody on loot boxes? And then not just that, but after that we went to battle passes. Like it don't make sense, bro. Somebody make up a new thing that's free.
And in 2018, EA released a DLC pack for The Sims 4 called My First Pet Stuff. It was a cute pack that let you get hamsters, rats, and a few other outfits. But despite the DLC's artwork and the description that says you could dress your cats and dogs, it didn't actually include cats or dogs. If you wanted to use most of the content in this DLC, you would have to buy more DLC. I'm just getting a headache at this point. But hey, it's just bonus content.
Wait, how many DLCs those? Let's see how many DLCs they got. So right here, we have all of these are for The Sims 4. So you're telling me you would have to buy all of these just to be able to play and have dogs that you can customize. You would have to buy all of these $10, $40, $10, $20 worth of content just in order to be able to play with dogs?
You don't have to pay for it if you don't want to, but this Harry Potter game, on the other hand, locked you out of the game until you threw money at it.
No
Hogwarts
way.
Mystery is a mobile game that has become known for how scummy and manipulative it is. It has an energy system that forces you to spend energy for each task. So, if you want to do a mission in the game, there's quick time events that take up your stamina. Once you run out, you've got to wait for it to replenish or pay money. And that is just the beginning, because what happened next is borderline evil. For one of the missions, you come across the Devil's Snare, and it attacks your character. So to escape, you must use up energy
way, dude. Yo, this shit about to be
and fight it off. Except, the amount it cost to escape the Devil's Snare was actually more than the maximum energy you could even own. So, even if you went into the fight with full stamina, you would still run out. Basically, players were given the choice. They could either possibly wait hours to get through the mission or pay money to get it over with, which is just super shady. And you ever heard about how Apple was exposed for downgrading old iPhones to make you buy a new one? Well, turns out, not a new trick. EA was doing it in 2011 with Battlefield Play for Free. This was an attempt to make a freemium Battlefield game, but it turned out to be a disaster. For those who did play it, you could spend real money on better weapons, and that's to be expected.
You telling me I bought this iPhone 13 knowing Apple about to downgrade my shit if I upgrade it? God, bro, I just want to be able to call somebody. Oh, actually, yeah, hold on. I gotta show you guys this. This is a crazy sidetrack, but we gotta do this. I miss you.
Thinking about you way too much, especially at night.
Me too. What do you say we have an Eiffel Tower tonight?
That sounds tempting. You always know how to get my attention, don't you?
Ah, yes I do. I will see you tonight. Type shit though, for real though, on the ground though. That's my girl, chat. Alright, anyways, back to the video.
But things got heated after EA decided to make the premium weapons useless. They were nerfed to the ground, forcing players to buy even newer guns to get their money's worth. It was just a gigantic scam. What's really funny is how we're returning to Bethesda, because remember how they practically invented microtransactions back in the day? That's why it's no surprise to learn that they tried to charge people to mod Skyrim on PC. Pretty common nowadays for modders to earn money through Patreon or charge people for their work. But the fact that Bethesda tried to make a profit from mods they didn't make, I mean, that's just a whole other level of greed.
Dude,
I will say they took it back super quickly because, I mean, nobody was gonna stand for it. And luckily, Steam Workshop remains free to this day. Now, one of the most successful mobile games of all time could be considered...
Wait, is Steam Workshop like a mod thingy? Because I haven't really checked that out. I don't know much about, like, fully PC gaming, to be honest. I've been a console gamer for deadass for, you know, I've been doing it for quite a while. This is, like, maybe my first year PC playing.
Candy Crush isn't on the same level as Hogwarts Mystery or Fallout 76. It's still raked in over $1 billion in 2020 alone. So how'd they do this?
Like level 5,000.
Some would argue that the microtransactions in the game took advantage of the older generations, and honestly, it's not hard to believe. Ask a family member, they probably spent a ton on Candy Crush, and there have even been examples of people spending their entire life savings on the game. But that is not the greediest thing the developers have done. You're not gonna believe this, but in 2014, King successfully trademarked the word candy in the EU. They use this to send out takedowns to other mobile developers who had the word candy in their title.
No way. Dude, this reminds me of, hold on, we gotta look this up. This map, I don't know which map it is. This map, the pit, the same creator that made it wanted to, they trademarked the pit name. And they try to fight it like, oh no, you can't make the same game as me. They're like, yeah, you can't fight this. This is my map. You can't create it. And he reminded me of that.
There was drama in the exact same year when a game called the Banner Saga battled with King over the rights to the word saga. Yes, they tried to argue that Stoic couldn't copyright a Viking game because the Banner Saga shared one word with the Candy Crush Saga. This is just absolutely embarrassing. Hope you guys enjoyed it. It's been Tommy, and keep it here on T5G.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I got some beef with some of these companies that make games. But yeah, you guys let me know what you guys thought about that in the comments. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you guys drop a like and subscribe. We're really close to 220 subscribers. And I would appreciate it if we really made it, you know what I'm saying? Either way, it was fun, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna see you guys later. And yeah, peace out.